There we go. And we're live. This is FNGR, joined by the following. We're here with Songheart.
Hi.
Hi. Who's the person who's got like the real cinnamon roll kind of like icon there? That's As LIu. Who's that?
Wait, what?
We're
Fluffin'
streaming.
is easy.
Oh, is that Puffin? Yeah.
Fluffin'.
Fluffin', Puffin, whatever. It's one of those. And then we're here with Node, who's like a furry artist, so that's cool.
Hey.
We're here to talk about the following. We're gonna talk about Peet. Oh, hi, Leo. It's good to see you. We're also potentially going to talk about Flufflepuff, and we might talk about LIu the Kitty stuff because oh my God, there is so much shit, and there is no way in hell I would ever get to all this crap, even if I'm not going to BurryCon. I'm officially backlogged. So, for fair use, we'll be providing criticism to make that fair use. Let me screen share. 1 second. If someone could keep an eye on the comments, that'd be beautiful too.
Aye, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Peet, and this is why I'll tell you this is a, what do you call it? I feel this is a trap, because Peet's Tumblr is usually protected, and...
Oh no, it's not been protected for months.
Oh, okay, well, what do I know? That's just good old FNGR being a paranoid lunatic again. I'm just firing up my laptop. So, who's the artist?
Let me go back to the page.
So we get to the...
Michaela Terkelson.
Okay. Hello, Michaela. I'm sure we'll be hearing from you soon. It says, morning, G. Hey. So, Peet wants to be called a G from now on. You got it. You're an OG.
No. She was calling gardevoir G. The black text is Lily. The red is gardevoir.
See, I'm not very good at this. This is why, Buttons comes along and, they just own this whole thing. How do you pronounce the name of the Pokemon?
Gardevoir.
Gardevoir.
Gardevoir. Voir. Like
Voir?
noir. Yeah, like the word noir but with a V.
It sounds like you're saying God of War.
Gardevoir.
Gardevoir.
Kind of.
Yeah, I'm gonna hear God of War from now on.
Yeah,
So,
it kind of does.
Lily, I'm going to try my damnedest not to meme on this, as a lot of people are going to be upsetty spaghetti. Lily, Orchid, and gardevoir. Would you like to do one of the voices? I could be. Lily.
I'll do Lily, I guess.
Oh boy.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't want to be the one who's reading what the gardevoir has to say. That's gonna send me reeling.
Do you want me to
Oh,
do
okay.
it
No, I
then?
could sound like someone who's in trouble somehow.
Oh, come on.
You know what? Let me ask the chat. Do you guys believe that I could be someone who sounds like they're in trouble?
Wow, Anthony.
I think they agree.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Okay. Let's go back to it. So take it from the top, Buttons.
Morning, G.
Hey.
Oh wow, I can feel the tension coming off you.
I need to tell you something.
Red, that's you.
Oh, okay. I get to go again.
Yeah.
You know how there are two types of bonds a gardevoir can make,
Uh-huh.
and how you thought we shared a companion bond all those years.
Yeah, wait, what do you mean thought?
Oh, there you go. Okay, so like this companion bond is indeed very powerful, but it's actually the mating bond, funny story, that extends our lifespans. A usual gardevoir only lasts 15 years at most. When you were 14, I was nearing the end of my rope, and I knew I didn't want to die, so I formed a mating bond between us while you were asleep. Haha, funny story.
Nani?
Yeah, let's get to that next page here.
You are Are you kidding me?
No.
Are you fucking kidding me? I think I'm gonna be sick.
I didn't think you would agree to it if I asked you and I was desperate.
What? And that's supposed to justify how you fucking violated me? Are you serious? Holy shit. You couldn't have talked to me up front about it. You were literally the only friend I fucking had, and you had to do all this cloak and dagger bullshit while I was sleeping. Do you have any idea how creepy that is?
Hold it here. I know we're supposed to wait to the end there. As a connoisseur of cloak and dagger bullshit, how dare you? That is not how being a...
That's not cloak and dagger. That's just...
No.
That's illegal.
No, that's... Well, there's a little bit of crossover between cloak and dagger and illegal, but that is a kind of gross
That's an insult.
Yeah, but
That's,
buttons.
I am so fucking furious with you. How could you have thought that was okay? What position you do this without talking to me first? You couldn't have had anything to lose if you were actually dying. This is fucking inexcusable. And you don't give me that fucking look. I don't care how sorry you are. You are not gonna fix this with a single apology. Keep this in mind, folks.
Okay. That's you got a lot more lines here, Buttons.
Oh yeah. I'm going to bed. I can't even fucking look at you right now.
Slam.
Slam.
What? Lily, are you? Okay, this is where Buttons would have said go away. So I guess we're at the end of our magical journey.
No,
here.
no, there's more.
No,
it gets worse.
I think I'm done. I'm like, what?
No, Anthony, trust me, it gets worse. Like, she literally forgives the rapist because the rapist...
All right. So
Yeah.
I feel like I've gotten to where I want to be done, though, Buttons.
I'll take a look.
So I'd just taken a second nap today because I was trying to tune in to watch Mr. Medicre's stream about some crazy nonsense. And I woke up and I looked in the chat and I was like, "Oh, it's what do you call them? It's an online webcomic. Everybody likes online webcomics. Those are safe things usually. Those are happy things." And I'm like, "Wow, that's we could talk about what happens afterwards, but okay, let's read off what Leo says. That's an odd choice for a Pokemon webcomic. Now, this is just my thought. The gardevoir. I'm just gonna call it God of War. The God of War Pokemon has that thing sticking out its chest. So I just imagined if you were getting freaky with that thing, it would stab you every time. So I kind of don't understand when people sexualize that thing. That looks like all kinds of painful and unpleasant. What do you?
Well,
guys
it's
think?
made of like petals and leaves. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I always thought the thing was like soft or something. So
okay, you know what? Node is the hentai artist here, essentially.
Indeed, I am.
I will
Okay.
actually. Yep, I will take you from your perspective on that. What did Lily talk about the inspiration and why they just specifically decided to go? You're like, some days you just feel like going for a walk. Some days you're like, I'm gonna head on down to the store to get like a coffee cake or a cheesecake or an apple pie, or I don't know, maybe I'll fill up the gas tank maybe a day early or something like that, or I want a Slurpee. But somehow, some way, whose inspiration was to make the webcomic out of curiosity?
Lily, fucking, I guess, paid an artist to do this.
Okay, reading off Hateful. You know what's funny, Anthony? Is that Lily's gripe in a recent video how consent creators that are supposed to give light representations don't use words like marriage. Guess they decided not to use the word gwape. Yes. I guess they chose not to.
Rap to the power of 3.
Yes.
I think what pissed me off more than anything wasn't that she made the comic. Like, obviously, the fact that she
I'd
made
like
the
to
comic.
respond here to Spoken Mind here, since obviously these are important and coming in fast. No FNGR. This was made by Lily's new girlfriend. That's certainly the assertion. I don't quite know all those details yet. That's an awful lot. Oof.
Oh, Ben Mazza wants my thoughts on this.
Also, if this is Lily Peet's new girlfriend, Mazel Tov, goy. Mazel tov. I see that you got over that last incident and hiccup.
Okay, so Ben Mazo wants my thoughts. When I originally saw this comic, I went back into the comic before it to see if there was any hints of the event happening or anything, like if it was a plot device or if it was like an overtone of abuse or whatever. No, they were just chill roommates, and that's kind of first what pissed me off. And then as you progress into the comic, I put on my on my Twitter, I apparently Lily sees the gardevoir crying because she's upset about Lily being upset, so Lily forgives her rapist.
So, anyways,
says,
like imagining like if
and it looks like she's already getting flack for it. She's just updated.
Hold it. If I were to visit Lily Orchid's house in some magical far off dimension where that would ever be allowed, and we were to go to like the wall where this would obviously be framed like a masterpiece, and then I walked up to Lily, how far from the masterpiece should I be so I could truly drink in its magnificence and I can appreciate its full artistry?
Not only that, but technically a
Puns didn't get where
gardevoir.
that's
Wait,
from.
I wanted to say something. Not only is this is it wrong because of rape, but on top of that, a gardevoir is fully grown, right? Lily said that Lily was 14. Apparently, the character was 14 in the comic when it happened. So on top of that, it's pedophilia.
All right, hold it. So, anyways, from Lily. From Leo Convoy, oof, thanks buttons, I blame you. What's next? A miscarriage as Lily does have nurse. Okay, Chicano Brony, I'll read that off in a minute. Miscarriage as Lily goes from nurse's station to nurse's station trying to find the Pokemon. I was citing, I think you're talking about Control-Alt-Delete, that was the joke I was referencing, yes. Chicano Brony, Lily Peet is a giant crybaby, what a little punk. This is the light story, by the way, guys. This is about as gentle as it's gonna get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just saying, we continue because I just had a look at her. So she's actually like putting out responses for it as well.
By the by, Lily, my stream is open. If you're scared of buttons, unlike some other people in the past, yes, buttons can be quite terrifying. You keep me Songheart because Songheart's not gonna scare the shit out of anybody. Node, you're pretty. Yeah,
not yet.
Yeah, we could go one-on-one. I mean, naturally. What exactly did Lily do? So, anyways, the link down below, Miss Anthropony, that you'll want to get up on since we already showed it. There was a very mature-themed webcomic where basically Lily Peet had a gardevoir.
She had a gardevoir rape her when she was 14, and then forgive the gardevoir for raping her because she saw the gardevoir crying.
So hold it.
Although she doesn't apparently think that's the case.
So hold it here, buttons. A lot of things happen off screen there, and maybe if I would have had more time to really put that together, is this some mystical mumbo jumbo where they hold hands and it's some ceremonial thing that does life extendency, or was it an actual quote unquote sexual intimate moment?
No, she basically put it as, she literally said, "You violated me," which is a euphemism, which she used the euphemism for, "You raped me in my sleep."
Okay.
Also, someone actually sent something to her on her Tumblr. Wait, why did you forgive Gardevoir for the heinous thing she did? If 15 years was the end of her unmated life and she was 14, she would have been a technical adult committing rape on a kid. It doesn't make sense and feels like you're putting a message to forgive your rapist if they say they had a reason, but you can still be mad about it and have them as friends. First of all, this isn't an analogous rape. If I had to pick a close analogy, it would be this. She sent a link to a YouTube video.
Alright, so I'm going to read off a couple of these while you're looking for that. Chia comment, well, I thought the Pokemon said it happened, it was 14, not the girl. Okay, Comrade, the super chat here, finally caught you live. Thank you, Comrade, it's good to hear you. Leo Convoy, my rare incurable disease violated. My rare incurable disease is violated. I'm mostly just confused so far. I haven't had a full moment myself to drink it in. It's a lot. It's a whole hell of a lot. Wow.
If you read the dialogue, Comic Lily didn't forgive G. She said it would be a long time before she would forgive her. and that it would be something G would have to earn. Basically, the rift that has been made between them as a result of this hasn't actually been closed, and there's still and will be there for a long time. While I normally don't like to spoil, I will always spoil comics if it means putting people's minds at ease. So here's just a few of the comics that I'll be working on our trip is over. Putting a lock on her bedroom door, actively mocking Gardevoir for what she did, Lily generally being standoffish towards Gardevoir for the foreseeable future, and the soft comics won't be back for a while.
Okay,
But
so
why?
so for what I understand here is that this was originally a safe milquetoast, happy-go-lucky kind of like webcomic, correct?
This comic was literally just about Lily being a roommate and a friend to a Gardevoir. It was funny, and all of a sudden it just slammed with this.
So
Yeah.
so what you're saying is that the artist or the writer or Lily, someone somewhere along the line just sat there and said, "It's good, but we need to take this up a notch." They pulled what's the name of that artist that we covered not too recently?
But what confuses me is
Jitterbug
Lily
Jive,
said
basically.
what confuses me is Lily said she was raped in December. Like, why would you do this?
Also, like,
You know
it's
what?
like-
I think Lily's ripping off my shtick. They did it all for no good reason. Oh, lol.
Anthony.
I don't know why. I don't know. What else do you want me to
And
do?
then-
I'm sitting there with my thumb up my nose going, wow, that's a lot.
And then on top of that, like, people will be like, oh, well, it's a coping mechanism. Yeah, yes, for an artist who's gone through something traumatic, drawing is a coping mechanism, obviously. But Lily did not draw this. That's what bothers me. She
Well,
had
hold
someone
it,
draw
hold it.
this
All
for
right,
her.
so I don't know all the science of that in and out. Experiencing the art be a coping mechanism? I'm not the right person to ask. I'm just
Well, no, like when an artist draws something traumatic, it helps express themselves and their pain. I've done art of my trauma, but I don't post it because I don't need the internet knowing that shit. So what confuses me is why Lily would have someone else draw something like this for a story about Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's just
Let me read off
very
Here's the
spoken
thing:
mind.
she would have actually had to tell the artist what she wanted. So, and this is a comic as well too. So this isn't like something you have to do as a as in she has to I don't know. Look,
I got dibs.
I don't know how the artist did it, like whether she needed a script or something else like that. But it would have had to be a bit of explanation in detail in order to get, especially something this long, because it is a fairly long sort of story in this part. So I don't know if this is like a coping mechanism thing, because this is also, you know, especially what she says down here, like, you know, mocking her for what she's done, generally being standard. Like this, it doesn't.
when someone is raped,
call
they
dibs.
don't do that. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm reading off some of these. First from Spoken Mind. Remember, Lily Peet said back in the day, when she was still Jerry, that she coined the term Pokophilia. I don't know, but probably. Here's from Leo Convoy Reviews. Note to self: never let buttons read Identity Crisis by DC. Identity Crisis. Is Identity Crisis the one where they reboot, or I'm thinking of a different thing? I'm so out of the loop on the more recent ones. Okay. Like Patch, can't wait to see the words used for this inevitable breakup. Oof! Oof!
Ooh.
Oof! Hateful, you earned that name today. Oof!
Yeah. Kudos.
Yeah.
If I may put my
Hateful, you
two
could be a
cents
villain
in.
from Sailor Moon. Jesus.
Sorry. Someone wants to put 2 cents in.
What's going on?
Yeah, I wanted to put my 2 cents in on this. The whole thing about being cathartic and drawing stuff out, yes, it can be very cathartic. I've done it with different things, not going to specify, but this just comes off as extremely disingenuous. The comic itself, when it goes from 0 to 100, just, it doesn't
Exactly.
Well,
fit.
if I could get myself in trouble for attempting to defend this, maybe
Yeah,
something
sure.
really drastic happened IRL, and this is just like them dealing with it.
If something drastic happened IRL, Lily would have put it on Tumblr. Let's be real.
Yeah, instantly.
Okay.
Instantly. This took
Look,
time.
I'm just trying to
and-
wrap my head around it. Let me just read off Autumn Days here. I've drawn out
Fair
things
enough.
to help me cope with my depression. I'll be surrendering the floor to No, then Buttons, you can go next. My depression, anxiety, and the verbal abuse I've gotten from my dad growing up. most of the thought of happy moments to lift my spirits. Let me just do Leo right here. You're thinking of Crisis Infinity Earth. You're right! There we go. Perfect. One of the many DC reboots, Identity Crisis, was the death of Sue Dibney. I'm probably less familiar. That seems like it's one of those, like, subsidiary, like, knockoff, like, independent brands that DC owned is what I'm thinking. Like Vertigo. Yeah. You'll probably correct me on that because you're a bit more on the money. Node, you got the talking stick, then buttons.
I think I already made my point.
Oh, okay. Well, buttons. You've got the talking stick, then I'm going to grab it back.
I think what makes me feel like another thing that makes us feel disingenuous is when you go through rape, you don't mock the person who raped you. You don't want to even live in the same house as them. You just don't.
Well,
this.
Are you sure that one
may
size
I
fit?
finish?
No, I just have to ask. Are you sure one size fits all on that one?
I've literally not met one other rape victim who wants to even be in the same room as the person who raped them, or even the same building,
all right,
let alone living with them.
Look, I know you have way more enlightenment on this topic than I do. But if there is someone that feels that way, I'd be concerned about telling them how to feel about it. But go ahead, take it.
It would be Stockholm Syndrome at that state then.
What, them wanting to talk shit about the person that raped them?
Wanting to even live with them.
Okay.
This plus, like I said, this wasn't her drawing this and stuff like that. Like, this was time and effort putting into this sort of thing. Okay, and with through someone else.
Okay.
So it's not like just a spare of the moment thing.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking any of the artistry, by the way.
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay. For no good reason, Lily does have some bad happenings. Feel bad for me. Give me money. This is from Icarus Fox Kid and Yoshiyakami. I don't know. I guess it depends on the person. Some people end up posting because they might want to be heard or an attempt to get help or advice from others. Nope, Identity Crisis is involved with the Justice League directly. Okay. Do we feel like we've touched on this one enough because we have a lot of other intense...
Yeah, let's move on past this one. I'm going to get sick.
So I said we were going to get to the Lou thing. But I kind of want to do this one here. You know what? I'll give the chat a chance. So we have something on Flufflepuff.
Are we going to keep the person anonymous like we promised?
Yes.
Okay.
As long as nobody blurts it out in the call, because I'm not going to.
Nope, I'm not.
No.
So we have someone who's accusing Flufflepuff, and I have the audio of that I'm going to include. And I also have we have something on Lou the Kitty. So here's the idea: type 1 in the chat if you want Flufflepuff. 2 for Lou the Kitty. Those are the 2 topics. I'll probably go back and try and make a video on either one of these now, but I figured I'd include something for you guys down below. There's been so much shit coming at me. Okay, so we got some 2s. 2.
We got a lot of 1s. Holy shit.
The multi-tapping doesn't count, kids.
I'm seeing... Oh, Leo wants 1. A lot of people. Let me count. 1, 2, 3. I'm getting lots of 1s. Who put a 3?
Don't worry about it.
Wow.
A-Flame, you can't vote anymore.
Yeah, dude, nobody double tap.
Someone got a 5. Just
read the 1s and 2s, and if anybody types more than once, they don't count. Okay.
Okay, I'm trying to find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, that's 15 2s, and then let me get the 1s. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17 1s.
Now, remind me, I forget which was which.
Alright, 1 was Flufflepuff, 2 was Lou.
They want Lou. Okay, we're
No, 1 was Flufflepuff. They have more 1s.
So, okay, we want to do Flufflepuff. Good. So, I'm going to open up fucking OBS where I have the story here.
Also, stay classy, hateful.
Yes, stay classy, hateful.
Blink the screen if you're... Wait, they can't see our screen, can they?
That works fantastically. I did delete the... Well, let's see, just in case. This is going to be blank anyways.
There we go.
Well, I need the play button.
There's a play button on the bottom.
Oh, I never noticed that? Okay. I'm pretty dumb, guys. All right, and here we go.
You press the pause button.
Okay, I'm pretty done.
A tweet about one of your videos,
All right. Can you guys hear that fine?
and
Yeah.
I saw the thumbnail and I was like, oh my god, is it finally happening?
Which do you mean?
Mike.
Oh, what do you know about Mike?
Okay, I have to stress, please do not tell anybody who I am.
Okay, good news is, that's not included, and nor do I have it memorized. Two, I did take this to Horse News, and I respect their ability or their want to pass on the story because evidence was not provided, but this is pretty intense. I don't know what to think of it. I'm gonna put it along with the hopes that basically somebody kind of comes forward. If there's any other allegations, we'll play it, and I'll stop periodically to read off some of your comments.
I'm fucking terrified of him.
Alright, hold it.
For-
I don't even know who the hell you are.
My lips are
Good.
sealed.
Yeah,
My lips are
you,
sealed.
you have an English accent. You could be Rosie Severs for all I know.
I'm Australian.
They're not
Oh.
Rosie Severs. Well, if you
but
don't want me to know who you...
very
Yeah,
weak.
let me give you a little tip there. If you don't want people to know who you are and they're guessing the wrong country, just go with it.
No, well, I don't live there anymore, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But just please don't pass my username around because what I'm gonna tell you is like potentially incriminating.
Okay. I'm a bit... Like, here's the whole thing. I know what Mike's allegedly guilty of, but, I mean, even still, Mike's not a badass.
No, he isn't.
Yo, if you see Mike at BronyCon, if he gets to go for whatever
I've met him. He's really not.
No. Mike is not a tough guy at all.
No, but I'm still scared of him for
Go on.
reasons. Okay, so in 2014,
Mhm.
I dated him. You know how you called him an orbiter?
Uh-huh.
He's an orbiter.
How old were you?
17. Or
Did you date for
16.
a long time?
About a year, and he dumped me shortly after I turned 18.
Really?
The thing is that, like, he didn't break up with me, he just blocked me on Skype one day and never spoke to me again.
You know what's funny? What year did you guys break up?
It must have been like 2015.
That's interesting because that sounds like around the time he and Beefish got together.
Yeah, I'm guessing that he ditched me because he found another child to date.
Mm-hmm.
And because, I mean, he had never spoken about her, but he was one of the worst partners I've ever had.
Can I ask you some questions that Beefish would tell me about behavior, and you can...
Now, I'd like to state for the record, I did try and get good old Mike in call so that we could listen to this together. Mike declined, and we may get to those yet.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Pattern? He was very afraid of commitment. He didn't like being public about it. He didn't really like telling people you were dating. He was often antisocial. He would get angry very easily.
Yeah. He would manipulate me all the time. Like, the second I did something he didn't like, he would start talking about how I hated him and how I would leave him like everybody else.
Yep. He would act very depressive.
Yeah. I mean,
Did he ever
our
ask you to...
conversations...
Did he ever ask you to do anything...
Buttons, let them talk.
Sorry.
Our conversations were either him doing that or him talking about jerking off. That's it. Yeah. He would dump me the second anybody asked who I was, and then get back together with me afterwards. Like, we streamed a couple times together, and he would pretend he didn't know me whenever we were in the presence of his fans.
He did the same thing to Beefish.
Well, hold it. Okay. I'm not trying to be a rude dick or anything. Do you have any... Now, I'd heard the same stories about Mike being in and out of his relationship with Bayfish. We did talk to Mike. We originally popped into his chat. Him and the old B are insisting, I believe, I do have a call from that, where they're like, oh no, it didn't get serious until 18. No, and then Mike recently, when I tried asking him about it, no, I didn't start to get involved with B 17 right before she turned 18. So the number, or I could be wrong, seems to float a bit. Need proof.
All of this happened on Skype, which I no longer have. I could try and access my Skype account and see if he's still on there. I'm not sure.
Well, do you have the hard drive from that period of time? Because Skype is a little.
No, my laptop fucking died like 7 years ago.
Nuts.
But he drew art of my...
For the record, everybody down below, when I said that the lightest story was the Lily Peet one, I hope you believe that I was being on point.
My character when we were dating that I do still have. And a couple other things. Because we did stuff like... He would like... You know what Legends of Equestria is, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That game. He has his own like character model for the game. He would get me to make Chrysalis and then get me to follow him around, but he wouldn't let my character be near him in case people thought we were dating.
Now, I do remember Legends of Equestria. I don't remember ever seeing a Chrysalis model on there.
Oh no, that's on his channel. He has a video of him being Chrysalis and Flufflepuff on his channel.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we could go give that a look, or if you could pull that up off to the side. Sure.
Yeah, let me go get it.
Okay. I do remember the animation you're talking of, per se.
Let me go get it.
It was just like little things like that. But what was...
Quick question, though. That was over 2 years ago?
I could go check.
Yeah.
I remember being like 15, 16 when it came out.
Okay, you know what? Time flies when you're an old fogey.
Something else that I wanted to mention. Fuck. In his post on Horse News, where he said that he's always been in favor of improving the community, that's a fucking lie. Because while we were dating, he wanted his younger female fans to idolize him, and that's the only attention that he wanted. He complained about any other fans interacting with him. And he would also complain about how whenever he made an artist friend and they got better at art than him, he would complain that they had taken advantage of him and that they thought they were too good to talk to him anymore. So he would purposely befriend artists that he saw as worse than him to make himself feel better.
Now, free disclaimer, when Bayfish comes up, I kind of put the bad word on B. I'm not exactly a big fan.
He deleted the video.
Oh. You know what, there's that MLP archive.
Good point. Let me go look for it.
Yeah, I was about to say that video might still very well exist in the MLP archive. There's a very good chance. Continuing on.
Do you remember where it is? The archive?
The first place that we found it was on Toon Critics.
Found it.
Thread. There we go.
And
I have a question though.
Yeah.
You said that you were scared of Mike. Why?
I was quite young during our relationship, and I didn't understand a lot of the things that he was saying. He constantly made me feel like I was a bad person. Like, he's really good at convincing people that they're in the wrong, even though they didn't do anything.
Did you ever meet up with Mike IRL?
No. I live in Europe.
Okay.
But he did spend about half a year trying to get me to come to BronyCon. And constantly bugging me about it. And then guilting me when I said that I couldn't because I had school. And someone asked him about me at a convention and he outright denied that he knew me, which was really, really hurtful. And when I tried to bring it up with him, he basically attacked me. And he started yelling at me. So when I say that I'm frightened of him, it's because the things that I'm saying about him are they sound really bad. And I'm worried that he's just going to name drop me somewhere and then I'll just I do art, and I'd be ruined if he did.
For the record, their art is pretty good. They don't want to be included. I'd be glad to buy off them. If anything should happen where they start to get buried, provided it's not proven conclusively that this was made up out of malicious intent, I would be glad to promote them, but again, I'm told not to include them, and they are terrified of Mike.
Decided to name drop me and said that I was a liar.
Have you heard of Mike burying artists?
Yes. He did it to an artist called Jessy.
Now, we haven't been able to get in touch with Jessy. Buttons, are you still there?
Hello.
Did you have Jesse's Derpy Buru or whatever the hell, or maybe?
Yeah, I have the Derpy Buru and I have the Tumblr. The Tumblr doesn't seem to be very active. I could go look at the Derpy Buru too. Do you want me to just give both links?
Is Derpy Buru a safe link to include in the to any of our younger fans to come along for this one?
Her thing is she just makes like little pins of characters.
Okay. I guess so. Sure. We'll take a link to Jesse's Derpy Buru, and if anyone is in touch with Jessy, if any of this is true, we would be glad to. If it is not true, we will follow up post haste immediately.
Let me make sure everything is safe on here.
They were friends, and then she got better at art than him, and then he told everyone who would listen about how horrible.
And I'd like to state for the record, I offered to Mike, which I'll be glad to potentially include some transcripts of that discussion that I had with Mike.
Horrible she was, and that she thought she was better than him, and that she ditched him.
Do you have a sample of their art or anything to?
Yeah, it's on Derpy Boru, under the tag artist Jessy.
Could you throw us a link?
Yeah, I'm on
I can
mobile
go.
right now, so let me. Yeah. But he would complain because he said that she was the only one that he ever wanted to draw Flufflepuff. So he was like super butthurt when she wouldn't talk to him anymore. And he spent a lot of time complaining about her. Like, a lot.
I love her voice, by the way.
I'm gonna link you a piece and you tell me if this is her artwork or not.
Okay.
This person?
Hang on, Yes.
Are they still active in the fandom?
I honestly don't know. I think if she is, she doesn't draw ponies very much anymore. She has a Tumblr, like, where she draws normal-ish art. But
Does
her
she
Applejack drawings are the ones that I recognize the most.
Do you think she might be willing to talk about the topic, or?
I think she would. If she knew the kind of things that he'd been saying about her, I think she would. Because I've never met her, but I know people who have, and they say that she's a sweetheart and she's super kind, so I'm more willing to believe that than I am willing to believe him.
Well, for what it's worth, when we went into his chat, I think we scared the dog crap out of him. So, I will admit we were a bit of an asses. It was me, Brony, and Spectre, that creepy reading, and 2 or 3 other more people. And they're like, what do you want? We want to talk with Mike. He literally said that we could come forward and talk to him at any time. We have that taped. I guess you don't have any evidence. I'm assuming you don't want this out. Or you do.
The thing is that I didn't come to you with the intention of, like, going public.
Okay.
It sounds selfish, but I did it for myself. Because years and years ago I tried to tell people how he was after he dumped me. And I got pretty much shut down by his fans. Calling me a liar and saying that I was just the scorned girlfriend and nothing I said was true. So, I've kind of gone through life thinking that nobody would ever know what kind of person he is. So, when I saw your video, I was like, oh my god, I might be able to tell somebody. So I figured,
Well,
at the very least,
I'll
if
put it
more
to you.
evidence comes up.
I'll absolutely put it to you like this. I think because Bayfish was in the room at the time, and you know, she's like, "Oh, I made a mistake." Hold it. There's a super berry in the chat. Blinky Iris. Old creepy orbiter dancing on rainbows. Old creepy orbiter dancing on rainbows. Blinky, you always get me. You always.
Oh, I love you, Blinky.
Blinky, I'll be sitting there not paying attention. What's Blinky doing? Oh, Blinky. Shiokami doesn't make you a selfish girl. Nah. Okay, we'll get back to the thing here. I think the next video will probably be the discussion. I think that would make sense is the, where I, Creepy Reading, Bernie Inspector, and a few others went into, Fluffle's chat. I do have that. There's a lot of that, so I'll probably just release that uncut. Continuing. I was under the impression that we were going out, but Mike had told me that I had made a misunderstanding. We weren't going out at the time. And I think Bayfish is a big fat liar. I think I do. I totally do. I triple down. I absolutely do not trust Bayfish. Continue on. Mike totally was orbiting around the old Bayfish. She told me straight up, it was me. I before the video came out, I had Bayfish come and talk to me, and a higher up in the Bernie fandom. I don't feel like giving the person's name, who seemed a bit more sympathetic. I think their heart was in the right place.
Weren't they in?
No, you're not going to give the name either, Buttons, or we'll just end this damn call.
I won't give it either.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to know.
They were a cool person, but after they'd like, oh no, don't put that out. And Bayfish kept talking and said, oh my parents thinks it's okay because me and Mike are both autistic, and the big brony YouTuber's like, just could you stop talking, dear?
Oh my god.
I get back after I was like, so when's the Flufflepuff video coming out? I told Creepy Reading, and I was like, oh, so and so told me. He was like, do I have to come over there and slap you? Put it out. Yes. Why are you talking to me, asshole? Publish.
I will say about your situation.
God bless Creepy Reading.
Your situation sounds verbatim. It sends a shiver down my spine, because when I was friends with Beefish, she would tell me she was 23 because she wanted to lie about her age to everyone. But she would tell me she was in a relationship with Flufflepuff and tell me all these different behaviors he had during the relationship, and it didn't make sense to me. Like, she's made it seem like, oh yeah, he's just afraid of commitment. He doesn't want to get married or talk about it. He seems very uncomfortable. He doesn't want people knowing we're dating or anything. And I thought, oh, well, I guess he's a big name. I guess, he doesn't want that. That would make sense. But the constantly breaking up with her and stuff thing made me very confused, and hearing that from you, yeah, this sounds like a pattern of behavior, and I'm starting to wonder how many other victims he's had, and I'm starting to get a little more pissed than I was before.
The thing about that is, I didn't know any of the stuff that Bayfish had said.
No, I know.
Aside from what was in that video, like bits and pieces of it. So I didn't know that she had said all these things, and that they had also happened to her, because Mike, throughout the time that I knew him, because we were friends before we were dating, he would tell me to lie about my age. Yeah, he was like, he's not afraid of commitment, he just knows that he's an orbiter, and he doesn't want to draw attention to it. That's it. He wanted me to move out to the US with him when I was like 16 or 17. He's not afraid of commitment. That's bullshit.
How much you want to bet he made Beefish lie about her age?
I absolutely believe that he did, because I was not the only young person that he was hanging on to and hanging around. During the time that I knew him, he was constantly surrounded by young girls, and he encouraged it. He wanted young fans to idolize him if it meant that he could possibly date them in the future. That's what I think. So this whole thing that he wanted to make the fandom a better place is bullshit. Horse fame was good for him as long as it benefited him. I don't think he's a bad person. I honestly don't know what I think. anymore. I don't know, it was so long ago, but the fact that Bayfish said the same things is like super concerning.
Do you know any names of the young girls that were around him at the time as you?
No, because there were just flocks of them. Like when we played Legends of Equestria, they would just follow him around in the game.
Well, this is what I'm trying to word this nicely. You said that he ditched you the minute you turned 18, right?
Not the minute I turned 18, very soon afterwards.
You seem like a nicer person than Bayfish, and she's still there. I stand behind it. I mean, that's maybe I just really hate and despise Bayfish, and literally anyone else on the other side of this would probably come off as that seems like a downgrade in my opinion.
Do you want me to ask her if they're still dating?
I'm pretty sure they are. We confronted them en masse. Now the follow-up video that I'll probably have out for this later. Yeah, we have confirmed that they are currently dating. We'll see how that goes.
Okay.
I feel really bad for Bayfish because, like, I can't imagine being with somebody who's ashamed of being with you. That's really sad, I think.
Same thing.
But ultimately, I'm glad that he.
So you started
One day
when you were dating Mike. When did that begin?
Well, like I said, I'm in my mid-20s now, so it was a long time ago.
Around
I'm
what
pretty
age?
sure the earliest art that I can find that I did for him, I was 16.
How long did you
and-
guys date for?
It must have been like, because we broke up in like late 2005. No, sorry, I'm dyscalculic, so numbers are like really difficult. A couple months after I turned 18, so I would have been 18. Is it 16? Yeah, I feel like we broke up in 2016.
And you were what age then? 18?
Couple months past 18, yeah.
So
Okay.
2 years.
We didn't date for 2 years, it was more like 1 year, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So
So you dated him when you were 17?
we got together just before I turned 17. I feel like, yeah. So I was 16 when I met him, and we were friends for a while, and then
How
I don't
old,
even remember how we started dating.
how old was Mike? For the record, sorry, I had to remember to unmute myself. Mike said it was 7 years ago. Continuing.
He was already in his 20s when we started.
All right.
So
Wait,
I have
pause.
no idea how old he is now, mid to.
Go on.
I had a theory about this the other day while in call with Anthony. What if he was off unknowingly admitting to another victim and getting it mixed up? You know, like, what if he didn't realize this was the person, whoever...
Yeah, it's possible that, again, this is just a theory, an allegation, that Buttons is suggesting that Mike may have been involved with so many underage girls that he might have forgotten. I don't know. I kept trying to get Mike into call to listen to the content until old Mike is like, "Oh, I just don't do too good in these calls. If we were to meet IRL, I am not going to BronyCon, but there is a gentleman. There is a gentleman in the chat. There is a Mr. Convoy who, he can talk about it at his own length under YouTube's new terms of service. I will not. In fairness about Twitter, I wasn't aware that Twitter considered dog humping sexual orientation. Yeah, that is a thing there, Leo. But
people are asking you ban Eric Johnson from the chat. He's being a spurg.
What is Eric Johnson's specific? No, Anthony, don't. I donated to you once. What is? I'll skim through. No, man. What is Eric Johnson doing here? Oh, T-Dragon. What in God's name is going on? So T-Dragon, this is a girl who wishes to remain anonymous, who is claiming that she was in a underage relationship with Fufflepuff, aka Mixer Mike, aka Fuffle Mixer. We are playing it. We covered the Lily Orchid discussion earlier. I'm still open to talk to Lily or the artist about that, but we're taking a moment here. I don't feel that Eric Johnson should be basically the big topic right now. Are we talking about Peet? Yeah, we already did the Peet thing, Eric. I'm going to forego dealing with or going with your nonsense later. It's going to be a long day, guys. We've got a lot to get to, and theoretically, everything I'm covering today won't be everything on my plate. He's just typing in caps. Oh, guys, just for John. Where is Vegas?
To late 20s, I'm gonna
No,
guess.
he's in his 30s.
What the fuck? Okay.
For the record, I think this person's great. This person's a hoot to hang out with.
Oh, I love her.
Oh yeah, she's just the bee's knees. So I hope everything that they're saying, and I'm open to
Or
being
them.
proven, yeah, them. I'm hoping that this wonderful anonymous person, this all turns out to be legit. But I'm also skeptical, just because I don't trust anybody. Don't be offended.
Sorry.
No,
I don't.
Okay.
Oddly enough, I don't have Mike's fucking age, memorized. And if you
I
don't,
remember Beefish telling me he was near 30. So he's at least like 30, 31.
Yeah, he was definitely in his like mid 20s. He was 16. But he didn't want to tell anybody how old he was. I wonder why.
Now, one more time, and Buttons wasn't thrilled with me. I was absolutely not supposed to confront Mike with this information. But,
Yeah, no, I was not thrilled.
No, Buttons was all upset as spaghetti, and I was like, look, these are serious accusations, and I feel that he has a right to defend himself. We will get to Mike's written thing off in a minute.
The only reason I didn't approve of him talking to Mike wasn't because I didn't want to talk to him in general. I do understand he wanted to talk to him. I was just afraid if, Mr. Blabbermouth over here accidentally let the anonymous name slip out.
I'd have to go look and see what it was. So that's
Yeah.
the whole funny thing about it. Again, why I do think that, again, the anonymous person is super cool. I didn't memorize their name. It takes me a bit to get to know the new person, and this new person never came to limbo, so to speak.
Right.
But by the way, again, you're super cool. If you hate me now, I absolutely understand, but I hope you understand why I came forward with this. Yes.
Well, again, I think she says that it'll be okay so long as they say that it'll be okay so long as their name isn't, attached.
Naturally, anyone from Horse News or otherwise can weigh in down below or on the side. Again, they were very sympathetic, but I can appreciate their stance. And yes, there was a bit of proof here, but hopefully we're hoping to put this out there, and hopefully, if there are other girls, that they will find the courage to come forward. We could also retract some of their names, but we'll definitely have a talk with them, and maybe Convoy, Buttons, or some other people will have a sit-down discussion with them. Hitting play.
He never mentioned Bayfish to me.
What?
Except when he was complaining about her being manipulative. He told everyone she was a fucking psychopath.
Oh?
That's all I heard about her. That's all I knew. Was I was at a convention in the UK and one of his friends was there, and I was talking to that person, and they said, yeah, he tells everyone that she's like super abusive and she's psychotic and she keeps him locked in his house and shit. So that's all I knew about Bayfish. I didn't even know her name. Like, I was just told that he was telling all of his friends at conventions.
I could go looking through her DeviantArt and find out when exactly they started hanging out, because she drew a lot of art for him. She would tell me
Really?
he would have her draw like NSFW all the time.
Oh yeah, he did that to me as well. When I was a kid, he was like, "Do you draw porn?" And I was like, "No." And he said, "You lesbian porn of your OC." And I said, "Don't you hate porn of fluff?"
Now, again, I don't know what Mike's stance on pornography is. If anyone has any information on that, I guess good old gossip is good old gossip. Continuing.
And he was like, I just say that because I don't remember what reason he gave me, but he said that he wanted porn of Flufflepuff in private, and then he went online and he yelled at people who drew it without his. I'm not sure. I don't think I did it, but I distinctly remember him like talking to me about it.
So far, one of them is in 2015.
Anthony, stop typing.
Buttons, that's the recording.
Oh.
Yeah, I jumped ahead. There's a little of a dead air there.
Yeah, I never heard about any of his other friends. He just wouldn't talk to me about his life.
So the only lead we have here, since you obviously don't want us to use any of this, is that we'd be talking to that artist and hoping that leads somewhere. Is that to best of my understanding?
My main thing was like, I know that there's more doing this to others. Can't be the only one. And I have a gut feeling that there were other girls at the same time as me.
Tell you what, I'll cut you a deal. If we find more girls, will you come forward?
Yes.
That's what I wanted to hear. I like that. Excellent. We have that what we call young pilgrim is progress. I don't know. I guess we'll talk.
I will absolutely come forward and like with my name and everything if you find like more people that he's done this to.
Okay. Would one person count as more people?
If Jessy comes forward and it happened to her, yes. Because then that's 3 people.
For the record, I only want, and this is no bullying or harassment to Jessy, I'm sure that they're a really cool person if anyone can get in touch with them. Not breaking any kind of privacy or anything like that, just politely ask them. That's all we need. Yeah, don't break any laws trying to do that. Continue.
Yeah.
People that he's dated who were underage and he treated like shit. Because
I was
Jessy
under
was 17.
I was under the
gosh.
impression that you were Buttons. This was con security.
No.
We're gonna skip over that part. Okay.
Okay. So
I also BronyCon.
Moving along.
Well, we've got something to look into, unless you have any other artists' names, right?
I can probably go back through my Skype account and get archives for you of like.
No, able to get any of those, unfortunately. I think we've gotten to the end of all that. Oh, what's this from Blinky? Somebody should told Mike he was gonna float me. He ain't even the. Oh, damn it, Blinky! He ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. He likes some kind of young. So it's all kind of fun. But at 18, he is so done. Oh, damn it, Blinky!
Fucking
Clap, 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 clap.
Clap, clap, clap. So, I'm going to grab off some screenshots here. Let me blank the screen for a split second. Bunk. It will be back momentarily. I sent these all to Horse News. Again, I have full respect that they didn't want to cover it. It's fine. Going here would be the easiest way to get to them. Messages. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay.
Woohoo!
Here we are. White girl wasted. Anyway. This is
What?
This is for no good reason. Naturally, doing his due diligency and attempting to talk to the accused. I noticed Hateful was bitching at me earlier. If Buttons was so scary, you wouldn't be sleepy. Who's sleepy? Just looking through here. And if you're coming, I know Hateful. I take note that you said that basically they didn't wish to become forward. This is dead in the water if I don't. Hateful, unfortunately. So I'm flipping a coin here. If you're going to accuse me of being a gambler, I mean, yeah. I believe this is it. This is the beginning of the direct message history with Flufflepuff. FNGR. Oi, someone came forward about you the other day about you. Flufflepuff. FNGR. So 2 questions. You've never dated a 16-year-old when you were an adult. FNGR waits. Flufflepuff. Did not date a 15 or 16-year-old. FNGR. Did you date an Australian at any time? No. Let's get rid of that one. FNGR. European, perhaps. They gave a statement. It was rather serious. Flufflepuff. And that would be FNGR. That said that they dated her a couple years back and dumped her after they had turned 18 2 months later. You have no idea who I'm talking about. Flufflepuff. No. I show them a picture. Not my art. Yes, that's been turned out. Buttons has called me a moron because they never said it was their art, so that whole point there has become moot. Let the record be shown that FNGR is stupid. But the other OC looks familiar. When you're questioning someone about these things, maybe you should start with their names. All this vague questioning is rather confusing and has a bit of trolling vibe. I'm an adult. You can talk to me straightforward. FNGR, so start a call. That's what I do with all the adults that I talk to, right, Hateful? I tend to want to get you in call when we're discussing. Anyways, I mean the name is in the pic, Flufflepuff. So far, all you've done is talk behind my back and stay in the shadows for over literally a year. Oh, Mike. We could do this in stream. Oh, yes, we could. That's not the fact. That's not the acts of an adult. If you want something from me, I'd appreciate some maturity and some respect from you first. If you want to talk, we can do it in text. And if you feel that I need to, then I'll do a call. But right now, all I felt is just harassment from you when you've never even met or talked before a couple weeks ago. FNGR. I could have just played the complaint and call. If you like, no BS. Is that fair? Flufflepuff. Like I said before, calls are uncomfortable for me. Prove to me you're a friend so I can feel comfortable talking to you, and then we can talk. And until then, this whole thing just felt like you harassing me for no reason. FNGR. If this isn't true, I'm certainly more pissed at the other person, and that's true. As much as I like the other girl, if I found out this is bullshit, I'm going to be all kinds of pissed off. But continuing on. I mean, if you want to send your girlfriend to talk on your behalf, not something an adult male would do, Mike. If I wanted to be a douche, I would have just released the call. I've been told that Constaff did hear about the last call, referring to the Bayfish situation. This girl was scared to death of you, Mike. I'm not trolling. I will admit I was being a bit of a penis to him, especially when we released the call from Mike's room. We were hellacious douchebags. But now, Flufflepuff, I'd honestly love to believe what you're doing here is for the right reasons. It is, Mike. It is. The things I've heard about you and have seen for myself are making it difficult. They are. You seem like a decent person. Maybe not. When you're not around these other people. Oh, it's Buttons bringing me down. Other reports on drama. Yeah. And honestly, I think you have plenty of decent radio voice. I've been told as much. Thank you, Mike. On top of that, it all sounds like you really don't like conflict. That is a bad read. Like you don't like being in the middle of this kind of stuff.
You don't know anything at all, Mike. Damn.
I have liked Mike's stuff in... I was a Flufflepuff fan. I think Mike's work before all the accusations start was the shit, and it's... perhaps a little less so now is the way I can appreciate Mike's content in the way that I can appreciate a movie that has Kevin Spacey. Well, that's not even fair. Yeah, apples and oranges. I feel it's... I'd prefer all this be untrue, Mike. But I have to ask. So a simple question from me. Why? What did I do to provoke this from you? Me and Sarah haven't done anything wrong. You even said so yourself in the video that you made about us. What's going on, man? Dear Mike, I go after people who prey on children and people who abuse animals. And deadbeats. You know what, I'm getting off topic. I'm talked to a series of people, big people in the fandom, who do not approve of how this story was originally told. It is possible this is how some crazy ex, Lord knows I've had one of those, so I want to find out if this is one of those or someone who's been abused. Hand to God, sorry if I came off as a smug writing, if my writing is ass. It is. If you can't tell by now, every Leo Convoy can tell you, Hateful Eight can tell you, Buttons can tell you my rating is ass. Every person in this call can tell you my rating is ass. But I did try to talk to you, Mike. I really fucking tried to get you in the goddamn call just so I could get that through. Flufflepuff, I know we're getting off topic. I'll get back on topic in a bit. I just would like to know the man behind those videos. Like, if you had someone talked behind your back for years, wouldn't you like to know that person? I should really want to believe you're being sincere. I get what you're doing. Toon was a mess from the fandom, as with the others you've reported on. No one ever speaks up. I think it's mostly just horse news and a few YouTubers like yourself. Beyond that, it's silence. I know I'm not perfect. I'm willing to admit a lot of the asshole behavior I've done before. Not interested in that right now. And have admitted to it on a lot of occasions. I have a lot of very young followers who look up to me. I've never known how to handle my popularity. But I still try my best to be what young fans see in me. Me and Sarah met back when she was 15. I have met a lot of younger followers like her. A lot of them ask me for art tips and the like. I like to try and help them. Getting into art online could be a very difficult path. Sarah, that's Bayfish, was one of the few who took critiques to heart, so I stuck around and did art with her. She was nothing more than a friend back then. Bayfish said originally wrong, and their story has thus changed. I honestly didn't even know that she was going around telling people that she had a crush on me until years later. It's funny that you said that. You didn't word it, Mike, as if she was going around telling you that you two were dating. Buttons, did they go around and tell you that they were dating?
Yeah, she would tell me all the time they were dating.
Do you hate Bayfish?
No.
And you value them?
I mean, I don't talk to her much anymore, but I still think she can be cool.
So this is in no way, shape, or form is any way to try and rip down Bayfish from your part?
No.
There you have it. Continuing on. And she's been apologizing nonstop to me ever since the video last year. I would love to see those screen caps. But we didn't start dating until she was 17. That would still make you an orbiter, Mike, even by your own words. Not a massive one, but at least an itty-bitty one. About to turn 18. As for this new person, I have an idea of who she is. It's been a very long time, but from what I can remember, I did like her a lot. That's intriguing. We were pretty close art friends, did streams together regularly and all kinds of stuff. I honestly don't remember what happened. I want to let that silence sink in there. If I had context, I could maybe get in the fucking call. I could maybe fill things in better. But from now on, what I can remember, she just up and disappeared on me one day without a word. I never knew why. Still don't. Pretty sure that she deleted all of her old accounts and everything, but I never forgot her art style.
One thing I want to...
Yeah, well, let me just finish this last line. I think she's working for a convention now, and she has the cutest OC. That's all I know. She's... So anything you got would be nice if you could share. Take it, Buttons.
I find it interesting that he says the whole art friends thing, because I do remember B-Fish telling me that they would be in live streams a lot, and that's how they started hanging out. And I'm wondering if that's how he often used to get to underage girls, because I noticed that said anonymous person was also an artist, and Jessy was also an artist.
I don't have any information on that. That'll be you freestyling, and that's a possibility. If there is any other artists who have any interesting stories along these lines, or uninteresting, either or, relevant topics. Yes, relevant would be the word we're looking for here. If anyone has anything relevant in pertains to Mike, being interested in them if they're underage, or information about Mike's previous experiences, please come forward. If you do not feel comfortable talking to I or Buttons, Leo Convoy is a wonderful and amazing person. I would contact him down below. He'll probably be in either the side chat or the discussion after the stream finishes. Here's our last words. She straight up said that you blocked her after 2 months after her becoming of age. You ruined at least one artist, that was the allegation, I probably should have worded that better, out of jealousy, and she said that you found the courage of coming forward after the video, or she said she found. The time period she said you took off was pretty close to when she started talking with Bayfish, as some would have related. You know Headlong of Equestria, right? I was told you don't like him. Now, Buttons, would you like to weigh in about your information, flawed or otherwise, that you have on Mixer Mike and Headlong of Equestria?
Basically, from what I gathered, is Mike didn't like the fact that I'm getting the habit from you. Headlong Equestria hung around Beefish because Beefish and Headlong were kind of, really close, and I don't think Mike liked the fact that he was sticking around because he had a thing for Beefish.
Okay, so let's get to Mike's here. I already don't know what to say. I'm pretty sure I didn't block her. If I had the text logs, I would have be going through them. If I did anything to her, I would be more available to talk to her. They don't want to talk to you, Mike, but I will. I'll talk to you. But I'm pretty sure that she stopped talking to me. Maybe I blocked her after a while of her not responding to me. But it's not. But it's been like 7 years ago or more. I really can't remember much, so I'm sorry. I can't really help fill in anything. As for Headlong, I'll admit the way he presented himself in the stream chats wasn't all that pleasant at times. Just gonna leave that vague there. Just gonna leave a predator out there, Mike, and not fill us in, even if you might have pertinent details. See, even if you're innocent here, Mike, that pisses me off. But that's about all I have to say.
Everyone knew about people
and you don't have
who were
to say it
close
to
with
me. You've got a Tumblr blog. You could write it out there, and then
yeah,
other
people who knew about Headlong, who were close with him, knew the things he was doing.
You had a duty and responsibility if you knew anything, Mike. If I really don't know the guy outside of a few encounters in Bacarto. So you were just upset because. Maybe. Well, maybe we're misunderstanding you being upset with him. FNGR, all right. I remember, I think I wanted to go get a Slurpee. Yeah, FNGR's priorities. FNGR, all right. It's getting late. I hope I can talk to you about this later. Don't count it down after this. I hope you appreciate my perspective on why this is serious matter. I'm trying to find out if the girl who was talking to me was a victim or someone else having a laugh. So it's possible. I don't know. These are one of those two things. I kind of have to put the information out there. I'm certainly not above criticism for having this cavalier fucking move right here. Let's see. Like I said before, like I said, I've always here. You don't have to beat around the bush with me, man. I've been trolled, lied to, used, and so on. All these years of being on spot, I've always had more bad experiences in the fandom. If you want to talk, even if you're just bored and you want someone to ramble on about games or something, I'm usually here. But it'll be in text the majority of the time, which I apologize for. But I'm really not comfortable with speaking verbally. If we were to ever meet in person, that would be a different story. I'd be happy to talk to you one-on-one like that. I am not going to BronyCon. Mixer Mike is. So, how is everyone?
People are asking about Lou stuff.
Okay, so we'll get to the loose stuff. Buttons, you got some links?
Hello, yes.
Yeah! So, are you ready?
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're...
That was...
Yeah.
You're such a dork!
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, this is the Jessy
my
thing.
God.
Could you throw me... Oh, here we go.
And then if you scroll down on the front page, it'll say we're closest bestest friend, and it'll have Lou's old account input, and then it'll go to where it says
hold it. Is this YouTube safe?
yes.
Okay. Woot. Okay. That's a lot of boob. Buttons. Am I scrolling down? Is there any
No, it's just no.
Okay, Buttons.
It's just a shirt.
Okay. Oh, here we are.
Yeah.
I'm Fran. For anyone who wants a reminder, at about 13 minutes of Down the Monkey Hole, that's the video I did here, Buttons is alluding that this Fran is the one who is friends with Liu the Kitty. I live in Italy. I know Italian, English, and some French, and I understand 80% of it. That's good. Bernie Inspector would say that's more than I have. I like science, astronomy, zoology, quantum physics. I'm not going to make any jokes about zoology, even though I just sort of kind of did. Christian theologies, I make YouTube videos. I don't have a core account. How is their boyfriend here?
Oh, let me go get the journal where he says he turned 18 3 years ago.
Okay. Is Liu the Kitty here my best friend here? Is that the one with the unicorn horn?
Let me go back.
So
It's the. Hang on.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the third one.
Okay. Fran Deviant Art. There we go. I will be glad to play that clip if I need be. The third one here. How safe is the front page of Lou the Kitty's DA?
Let me go check.
Yes.
From what I'm looking at, it just shows her visitors and the journal, but you can see it says Lou Navi Allen,
Okay.
which is one of her other aliases.
So I'm going to click on the DA post here.
Or if you want, the girl drew a picture for Lou saying she's her best friend and it was safe for work. I could find that instead.
It says Alex, male, bisexual, 16 buttons.
That's the other. I said the third one.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's one of my closest friends. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Demon Hysteria, Fiddles, Pet Kitties.
Jesus.
You can see.
Okay, fine. I'm dumb. Oh, what's this? Favorite canned food: SpaghettiOs. What?
Okay.
I think we found everything we needed.
Oh boy.
They're saying Lou is in the chat.
Oh,
Where's in
are
the
they, Lou?
chat?
Hi, Lou. Where are you, Louie?
Where's Lou? I don't see her.
Oh,
Oh, I see her. Lou Kitty. Hey, get me on stream.
Oh.
Oh, Lou, you blocked us after we revealed you're still
Lou
talking
wants
to Dylan.
talk. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I think we may be switching. to
You were
Discord.
right, Anthony. We would get her back.
I I think that wasn't the last we saw of our
That was a
good
good one.
friend Lou.
Oh, spaghetti.
All right, Lou, add me on Discord, you bitch.
I'll take the ad. Oh.
Let me just add her on Discord.
I've sent you a couple of friend requests there, Louie.
Yeah,
So
you blocked us
aggressive.
after we revealed you're still
no,
talking to.
Buttons. Look, you might not be able to come along for this next part. Especially, I'm assuming Lou doesn't want to talk to you.
And friend request sent.
Indeed. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Yeah.
Ready when you are, Lou.
This is gonna be a troll. My hopes are way too high. That's no way. That's the real Lou. Hateful saying.
Let me go to the channel. Nope, that's the real Lou. That is in fact her channel.
All right.
Yeah, you need to unblock one of us on Discord, Lou.
Yes,
Party's
Louie.
getting crazy.
Yes.
We're not very happy with you. We thought Lou was the adult. You are hiding the fact that a child is being groomed. Oh, okay, she added me.
Okay, cool. Woot.
Let me add you.
Okay.
We'll be moving to Discord, folks.
Oh boy. This is a triple threat. What do you...
Oh, and Lou, if you're coming on stream, it's my DM. You're not adding Demon or anyone else.
No
Got
demon,
it?
please. No demon.
If you add anyone, you're getting kicked.
Don't do that. They're the show. I'm gonna have to end the Skype call so we don't have an echo. Yeah, I'd like to say
Hello?
goodbye to Songheart.
Hi.
I'd like to say goodbye
Hey,
to...
I'm adding
Noodle.
someone, and if I can't add them, I'm leaving.
Who is it?
Who is it before you add them? Dylan. You're still in contact with Dylan. I knew it.
Are we
Okay,
sure?
I can be. It doesn't fucking matter. Why the fuck are you getting Fran involved? Why do you guys, like, why are you stalking
covering
what
up an
I'm
underage
doing?
relationship,
No,
though?
because it's legal where she lives. She lives in Italy. It's fucking legal there. You're
Across
fucking
federal state,
grasping at
across.
straws.
Hold it.
No, you're grasping at fucking straws to make people look bad because you have no fucking life. You're gonna bother my friend because you have nothing to fucking do? It's legal where they
Lou.
fucking
Hold
live.
it.
Lou.
It's Across.
crossing federal
I've been saying that. I
It
said
doesn't
that.
matter. It
I
doesn't
said
matter.
that to you
It's
from the
their
very
fucking
beginning.
Business. You guys are not in charge of what they fucking do. And why are you pulling my fucking friends into it?
Because she's a child in a relationship with
No,
an
she's
adult.
really fucking mature and she knows what she's doing.
Hey, Lou.
And it's once again legal where she fucking lives.
It's not legal where the guy lives. If the police knew, he would get in
In
a lot
Poland?
of fucking trouble.
No, it said he was in America. On
No,
his
he
page.
lives in Poland.
He's
You
not
guys
from
know
America.
No, Texas?
Yeah, no, he's from Poland.
Yeah, he's from Poland, you fucking idiots! It's fucking legal where they live. And you guys are fucking retarded.
Do you have proof? Because
No, you don't need proof. It's their fucking lives, not yours.
no offense, Lou, you're not exactly the best source of
No, you don't need evidence on two people who want to mind their own fucking business. They
Dylan, when were you going to tell everybody that you were going to commit suicide because of her?
What?
Oh, by the way, 1 second super chat. Blinky Iris.
why were you
She's
gonna
turning
tell
into
Why
a
do you
mom.
guys need the fucking feed on this? Because you have literally nothing to fucking do.
I have an idea.
You know, that's
People
interesting. That's
who are
interesting
fucking
because
happy together and want to be left alone.
Hold it,
You're
Lou.
trying to fucking pick on for no fucking reason when it's a fucking legal relationship where they live and you have no information on anything.
You thought sleeping with a
besides-
15-year-old was legal. Why should we listen to you?
It doesn't fucking matter. Just shut the fuck up and leave my friends alone. You have literally nothing better to fucking do by stalking my
You have
fucking
literally nothing
friends.
better to do. I just covered 2 other stories. You're a moron.
Oh my fucking god.
Can't
It's
count.
fucking
Can you, Lou?
ridiculous.
pretty
What
dumb.
you mean, the one story and then you put my name in it? What were you gonna talk about with me this time?
The
Like,
fact
what
that you're
else
Yeah,
do you
we were going to
fucking
talk about
have?
the fact that you were covering up. I went on fucking Tommy C's stream and talked about how basically, look, if you were truly repentant, if you truly cared, if you were truly going to get your act together, you wouldn't cover up for a cabal of other people that basically were having, you know, relationships with underage girls.
It's
They're
legal
not
where they
underage.
fucking live. Yeah, it's Friend's 16
And
now.
she's her good friend as
Hold it.
well.
Buttons,
doesn't-
do you have-
doesn't mean she's it doesn't mean she's
Wait,
covering
wait,
it. It means
Anthony,
she cares
yeah?
about her friend.
Buttons, do you have the screenshot where it says he's in Texas?
Oh, his name's
His name
That's what he
is
goes
Texas,
by.
you fucking retard!
Well,
His
there's a
name
thing
is
that-
Texas!
Could you
Alright,
provide the
here's the thing.
screenshot, Buttons?
No, there should be no evidence here! Leave these fucking people alone!
I didn't say he was in Texas, but it says he's in California because there was a thing.
He's
that-
not!
Do you have the screenshot? Yes or no,
I'm
Buttons?
looking
That defeats this
Yes.
dumb bitch immediately.
Yes, I'm getting it.
You
Thank you.
guys are fucking retarded.
Envy, this is taking the best stream ever. Pedo comes live and then tries to defend. Already she's breaking. Ga ha 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 ha. Thank you, Envy. That was very classy.
All right, I'm looking forward. I'm just having a hard time concentrating over the yelling bitch. So.
Lou, if you ever want to make a YouTube channel, the yelling bitch. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, how about
You ever wanna
spaghetti?
make-
It's not quite
YouTube
classy
channel.
like Sheepover, but you know it works
If you
for
want to
you.
make a YouTube channel called
spaghetti.
The BronyCon Cuck, that
Oh,
works.
beautiful. Oh, hi, Lou.
Spaghetti.
Uh-oh. Indeed.
Oh,
Look,
there it is.
here's the funny thing about this, though. Dylan, I don't hate you. I just want you to get help. I've talked to your
I
friends.
don't need help. I'm fine. I had sex with my girlfriend, and there's nothing more to it.
You're friends with Demon, right?
No, no,
Okay.
fuck no.
Why does he have all your personal information? One more second, I
Because he
gotta...
doxed me.
Okay. Lou's busty robot... busy robot hands. Lou's here screeching and protecting other pseudo pedophiles. That's all. Wow. Okay, so let's take a look
Love
at
you,
this.
busy.
Open
That's
original.
fucking bullshit.
So let's see here.
Why do you need to talk about her?
Says the woman who slept with a 15-year-old.
Continuing
Alright.
on. Yes, 1 second here. Hong Kong sniper in California. Here is Romeo and Juliet.
I can't
Exemption.
even be charged unless Dylan says he's a victim.
In
He
California,
feels like
here
he
is a
was
Romeo and
victim.
Juliet exception for consensual sex between
He
minors.
doesn't live in California. How many times have me and Dylan
Why do you
told
just
that?
not want to have it read off?
No, because he doesn't live there. You're
Really?
reading something off that's not true, and there's no correlation to it because he's not from
Well,
America.
let's just read it off nonetheless, and then you can tell
You
me what's
can
wrong.
read it, but he's not from America.
Okay. Redemption of consensual sex between minors who are 3 to 4 years apart in age. However, there is a limited exception because it serves to reduce conduct from a felony to misdemeanor offense. The Texas Donut. God, Lou, you have the best people. I am well aware of that law. Still, it only reduces the felony. It doesn't completely dismiss it. I could still land in jail for a year if things went wrong. So, Texas Donut just sort of he misunderstood, didn't he, Goy? Risk is still not worth the reward. Hong
Why don't you
Kong's...
give us the proof he's in Poland?
So anyways, Hong Kong sniper.
Why do you guys need proof? Why can't you leave two fucking
Hong
people
Kong
alone?
sniper. I went to school with a sex offender.
You two aren't even the fucking police, and you
All
act like
all
you're
he
the
did was
fucking
slap around
police.
some woman's ass on the
You want to
train
put Leo
platform.
in?
Hold it. Buttons,
All right,
I don't
come
need
on,
you to interrupt.
Dylan.
All he did was slap some woman's ass in a train platform. The idiot should have known that people in New York would love to press charges. Texas donut, still not feeling and having a little attached to my name. So ye, besides jail time. This Buttons, I don't see where he cops to being from California.
That was the California's law. It doesn't like.
But that's the other guy. However, what I will have to put Lou on the spot here. You did cite and say, I have a friend who's in a similar relationship just like me. And then you said Fran.
She's left.
Oh.
Aw, poor baby.
Dylan, are you there?
Hey Dylan, what
No, we're not gonna. No, we're not gonna ass off on Dylan.
Alright.
Look, there's a lot of people who are concerned about you. Why are you still talking with fucking Lou? Dylan. Please stop trying to race Monkey Jones to the grave. Pretty please.
Yeah. You don't need her.
I'm sure that there are sane girlfriends at your age that would be willing to give you at least an ear of compassion. I've been told by a couple different people that your mom's really pissed off about this relationship with you and Lou.
Yeah, does she even know you guys are talking still? Dylan, we need something. Did he put himself on mute?
I don't know. Maybe. Oh, well, here's Leo Convoy's super chat. Lou, if you don't stop being dumb, I'm going to hop on. Oh, she already left, unfortunately. Jesus.
I love how she keeps trying to say the fucking, oh, well, you know, he's from Poland and he won't give any evidence. She won't give any evidence.
What's Envy got to say? Holy shit, add me to this call. I'm in Texas and I can call bullshit on her. She's gone and left. Okay, so all we have is Lou's word, and we also have Lou who's not willing to talk. Anthony, they're from Poland. Okay, they're from Poland.
No, they are. Oh, she's in the chat.
Okay. Lou the kitty. No, they're so pathetic. Okay.
How are we pathetic for trying to protect a child?
You know what would make us a little less spaghetti, a little less pathetic? Mama Seminetti's SpaghettiOs. If he would have came in the call and said, "Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Looks like old Lou's in a lot of trouble this time, guys." Okay, so they're in a were they in the Poland at the time? There's an image of the ID proving this. Okay, all right. So the story of the Fran situation has come to an end. I was wrong about old boy breaking the law. Okay. I'll send you a link of the image in Discord. Okay, hateful. Sure. Guess Lou got scared when I was mentioned, huh? Technically, he didn't get mentioned until afterwards. Lou was already kind of in the middle of it.
No, she left because I said bye and I put Leo in the call.
I saw something a minute ago. Is that the Ralphreport? Yeah! Oh, I have the Ralphreport and the I think that is. Let me see.
Who is Ralphreport? I don't see him.
Oh, I see it in the chat. No, unfortunately, Seth. Lol. I'm just reading off his comments. Lock her up.
Punish Ralph?
Yeah, Ethan Ralph. That's the gentleman from before. Sorry I wasn't able to get him. If you want to unfollow me right now on Twitter, I'm sorry I couldn't produce Ralph. I'm terribly sorry. But yes, it's me. Oh, it's good to see you, man. It's not true. Yeah, it appears that the underage relationship that, or at least the friend of Lou the kitty, their name's Fran, is actually in a legal relationship because one's in Poland and one's in Italy.
Well, let me see what the age of consent in Poland is.
I thought well, I don't know. I'm not going to go into explaining what the across country lines is. Good stuff, man. Got to play tonight for sure. Oh! Well, if you're definitely playing tonight, I'm definitely fucking going to be watching. Everyone go check out the Ralphreport. It's on D-Live. I'm thinking about starting up my own shit over there. Here, I'll include a link to Ralph's Twitter. Of
consent.
And we can all think...
The age of consent in Poland is 15, but they started dating when she was like 13.
Okay.
So yeah, no, it's not legal.
Okay. I think we got everything in there in under an hour and a half. Yeah? Is there anything else left?
I don't know, man. That was glorious.
Yeah, that's good. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Thanks to Shiakami, Leo Convoy, Hateful Tate. I'm sorry for driving you nuts. I was in a bad place this last couple days. This is a healthy place today, everyone. This is FNGR when he's healthy. Isn't that fantastic? How long was she on? I just caught the end. She was not on for very damn long. She popped in and started screaming almost immediately. Yeah, I'm told Lou started having a meltdown because allegedly Keemstar put a light bulb next to someone after they mentioned her, he was gonna cover her, and I'm like, oh, I would have watched that drama alert. That sounds fun. About a minute and a half, Ralph. Yeah.
We do have confirmation though that her and Dylan are in fact still in contact, and she tried to cover it up on Twitter the other day, saying they're not in contact. And when I posted the screenshot of proof of it, she immediately blocked me and FNGR. But the minute we bring up the fact she's covering up for another 15-year-old being preyed upon by an adult, she's like, "Oh, put me in the call." Unblocks us. Hey Lou, you're a bitch. I hate you.
Nobody go after Dylan. He's just a dumb kid.
No one go after Dylan. Feel free to go after Lou though.
Eric Johnson, shout out. You've pissed off the entire chat, Eric. Yeah, I saw that the end showed up in the kill stream. Lol, she lies constantly. She does. Did you know in Alabama, or was it New York? Which state was it?
It was Alabama.
Alabama, a girl can't be charged for having sex with somebody underage. I remember being in that call going, what?
Oh yeah, and then I called the police right then and there. The minute, because what blew my mind is because she's like, oh, well, men are so Anthony here asked, oh, so if a guy did what you did, would you consider him pedophile? Oh yeah, obviously, because men are worse. Like, really? Let me just get my phone out for you.
Oh God. I wish Jim would cover this shit so bad, but yeah, Ralph, you're fucking god tier. you know what the fuck you're doing.
Oh yeah, I don't know much about you, Ralph, but I've heard things. Great show, man.
Yeah.
I love all you guys.
Great fucking show.
New to the drama scene, but y'all are doing good.
I wouldn't say that, but sure, yes. But
wow, okay.
Okay, look.
I just recently started really getting into Medicare and Augie and those guys. Okay, I never really was big into it.
All right, so yeah, let's see, just making sure. Well, in Thailand, let's not go into Thailand, Ralph. All right, always leave them. Oh God, I have 134 goddamn people watching. I'm assuming because Ralph retweeted this or some crazy shit that this popped up as high as it did. All right, everybody, if you want to check out any of this shit or back this up, because who knows, I've pissed off so many people. I'm not taking the video down. That's for goddamn sure. Out of my dead cold hands. I'll definitely be backing this up on BitChute the moment I can, everyone. I'll keep in touch, and I'll fucking try and get back to work on all this. I'm gonna hit stop. It hurts so bad to leave when it's going so good.
I know, right?
Mwah.